Mayutu wengi kama sisi wenye tuko ghetto hatukupiga kura, lakini nikaona government imekuja, hapana, hii yenye iko nayo sasa. Unajua sisi bila kura hatuwezi badilisha serikali. Serikali huwezi badilisha na mkono, lakini kura unaweza badilisha nao serikali.
Sijapiga kura, lakini safari nimeona jinsi vile wamefanya mambo yao, ankaona afadhali pia mimi ngana nao. Yapo mimi si lakini naona mambo wanafanya lazima kuunga mkono wale watu.
Hata sikuwa najua watu kuna voter registration. Tusini watu wana hustle, so tuko busy sana. Kura nita register, nitachukua hiyo kura, nitapiga. Kama but sina imani na kama kutakuwa na hiyo change.
Yes, ya original because we are capturing.
Licha ya tume hiyo kuwa na malengo ya kuwasajili wapiga kura wapya milioni 6.
All right, we do apologize for that. Moving on, still matters IEBC in voter registration. Now, the voter registration exercise ahead of the 2027 general election has officially kicked off in Macharia constituency, with the residents, particularly the youth, turning up in large numbers to register. And according to the Independent Electoral and Voter Rights Commission, the use of new technology has simplified the process, making it faster and more efficient for eligible voters. Macharia IEBC coordinator, Mr. Jesse Cheriot, urged residents to take advantage of the exercise and register early to avoid last-minute rushes.
As the voter registration exercise kicks off, the coordinator of elections in Macharia constituency has outlined the preparations in place. He stated that the residents across the constituency have been informed about the process and emphasized that registration has now been digitized, making it easier for citizens to register. He urged all unregistered citizens to take advantage of the exercise, expressing optimism about the turnout and the overall number of voters expected to be registered.
From yesterday, I think we launched our first vote around 8:30 a.m. yesterday, and the progress so far is so good. It's something that we look upon. We are seeing that the progress is good, because as far as today, at least we have around 21 young people who have come and register here in Macharia. We have made a lot of stakeholder engagement from way last week. I think I engaged all the administrators, the Ngao members here in Macharia, with the DCC, with the chiefs and the DOs. We engaged them, and the message is out there. I also engaged with the leadership of Macharia, be it the area MP, the members of the county assembly, the CPOs that are around. We've always engaged, and even the voters themselves. I think in one of the forums we've engaged them, and I know the young people are aware. It is also in the social media. The commission has done a lot of voter education.
One of the residents who turned up for the exercise said he had come to verify his registration status but left disappointed. He urged the Electoral Bureau to step up and improve efficiency of its services.
I'm a resident of Macharia, a voter here. I've come to verify my status at this station. Now, to my surprise, being the second day of voter verification, all the voter process, the system is not working. Produced my ID to be verified, and I'm shown everything is not working. So I'm disappointed, because I've taken my time to come and verify my status as a voter here. Voting being the stability of the country, it should be taken with the seriousness.
Felicitas Ngombao, the Assistant County Commissioner of Macharia, noted that all loopholes that previously hindered citizens from acquiring identification cards have been addressed, as she added that the focus has now shifted to the registration of new voters, with verifications of existing records set to begin soon. She encouraged all unregistered citizens to present themselves for the registrations without delay.
Which previously used to be there in the process of accessing an identification, that is the issues to do with vetting, issues to do with traveling to your home country to be able to access an identification card. Nowadays, the government has worked really hard in establishing Huduma centers and removing the vetting, which was really such an hindrance to acquiring of ID. So I don't think there is really a problem. You can walk to any registration center that is near you and you will be able to acquire an identification card.
With these measures in place, Kenyans are now ready to register as voters as the IEBC assures the public of a smooth and efficient process. Lisa Mutinda reporting for EBN TV.
All right, thank you, Lisa Mutinda, for that particular report. Moving on, residents in Bumula have been urged, particularly the Gen Z youth, to turn up in large numbers and register as voters in readiness for the 2027 general elections. Now speaking during an inspection tour at Sikinga Primary School, Bumula Member of Parliament Wamboka Wanami stressed the importance of empowering young people to exercise the democratic right by participating fully in elections. He said voter registration is the first step towards ensuring that citizens are free to choose leaders who can steer the country forward. The legislator also expressed disappointment over remarks by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, whom he accused of repeatedly postponing his ambition to vie for the presidency.
Kama wewe uko na ID na wewe hauna voter registration, ujaregister na usima hoje. Mimi nataka Bumula tukue na kura 1,100. Kura 1,000 ngapi? 100. Hapa mbele tunataka kupangana maneno ya siasa. We want our vote to count. Nyinyi mmepiga kura kutoka 1963. Kenya hii hakuna Muluya amepanda. Wale viongozi tumekuwa nao ni kutuambia mimi ndasimama next election. Ikifika katikati anasema hiyo hapana, ndasimama ile ingine. Ikifika anasema hiyo hapana, ile ingine. Paka wamezeeka, wamekuwa 8 years. Sasa nataka mchukue kura. Tumekuwa juzi na ndugu yangu Speaker Moses Wetangula. Akasema yeye atakuwa rais 2032. Sasa ameruka. Amesema ati 2027 ati anajipanga. Atakuwa rais 2032. 2032 ndugu yangu Speaker atakuwa 8 years.
Unfortunately, tangu asubuhi nimekuwa na officer wa IEBC ameniambia hakuna hata mtu mmoja ameenda kuregister. Hakukuwa na mtu hata mmoja ameenda kujisajili. So tutamrudisha mbunge kwa njia gani? Hello? Tutarudisha mbunge kwa njia gani? Maneno peke yake yatampatia kura? Si lazima tushike kura. Kwa hivyo nawasihi, let us take advantage of this period. Tujisajili kama kama unataka kubadilisha yote. Unaweza kuwa ulikuwa umejisajili but ulikuwa unaishi kwingine na sasa umehamia hapa, pia utabadilisha.
Right now, away from matters IEBC voter registration, our talk matters health, and President William Ruto has defended his administration's social health authority scheme, saying it is an improvement of the previous Linda Mama initiative introduced during former President Uhuru Kenyatta's tenure. Speaking in Kajiado, President Ruto dismissed claims that his government had scrapped the Linda Mama program, noting instead of that it had been upgraded under the SHA and to provide broader health coverage for Kenyans. At the same time, Health Cabinet Secretary Edin Duale criticized the retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, accusing him of leaving behind what he described as a debt burden that had disadvantaged Kenyans when he left office.
And maybe use this occasion to the defense of my former boss, the former president, to defend him that we should be a bit magnanimous to him. He did time, led our country, and the Linda Mama program was a great program. We developed it under the Jubilee administration, under the leadership of President Uhuru. We learned a lot from the Linda Mama program. And because of the experiences, because of the lessons learned from the Linda Mama program, we designed the Linda Jamii program, which was an improvement from the Linda Mama program. So Linda Mama was good. Linda Jamii is obviously better. And therefore, it is an improvement from what it was in terms of the scope from just delivery of mothers, which was the primary target of Linda Mama. We've now improved it to cover prenatal, before the delivery, postnatal, the delivery itself, postnatal, and it's no longer targeting mama. It is targeting jamii, mama plus the children plus the household. The figures have also increased in terms of benefits. Actually, the figures have doubled from between 2,000 and 2,500 to now 10,000 to 30,000. So we have enhanced the program, but we must accept that we learned the lessons from Linda Mama. That's why we designed a better Linda Jamii program. And we didn't stop at Linda Jamii. We have progressed it into universal health coverage, where we are now looking after the whole Kenyan community. And that is why the figures Aden Duale was saying, of 7 million beneficiaries to now 26.5 million beneficiaries, has become a reality because we are progressing.
Linda Mama reimbursement rates under the defunct NHIF was as low as 2,500. Sometimes 5,500 per delivery in dispensary and health centers. The quality, the care, nobody bothered.
Right, still matters healthcare. Healthcare unions have threatened to withdraw services nationwide if the Ministry of Health fails to urgently address the ongoing healthcare crisis in Kiambu County. Now, the unions accused Governor Kimani Wamatangi of disregarding healthcare workers' rights and subjecting them to poor working conditions. They said the county government's failure to address the grievances has worsened the situation, which has already left thousands of residents struggling to access medical care. Kiambu County has been experiencing a doctor's strike for the past 126 days, crippling service delivery in public hospitals. Now, in response, the Ministry of Health deployed over 600 medical interns from the county in an attempt to cushion the impact of the industrial action.
It is 126 days, not of doctor strikes, but 126 days of county strike. Because it is the county that has come out in all the manners of ways to ensure that the right things are not done to the doctors. And this is not limited to only doctors. It's also for the nurses. It's also for the clinical officers. That's why all these teams have agreed to issue notice next week to join the strike.
If a county cannot be able to manage health services, then the health services are transferred back to the national government. Because it is the work of government to ensure that the citizens get the highest standards of health as detailed under Article 43 of the Constitution.
President, the way the 25,000 signatures, the petitions, watu wa Kiambu wamelia, wanakuangalia. We want to see Kiambu Metropolitan Services as early as yesterday. Comrades, power. People like Wamatangi should just go home. They should just, we want to see the issue about healthcare. It's a right in this country. You cannot be one person, you cannot be able to deny the entire Kiambu resident the right to healthcare.
If it means that we will suspend everything to pump sense into the governors, we shall do that. Kiambu County is a classical example of a failed county, because why should you fight unions?
All right, now students at Kenyatta University have issued a 24-hour ultimatum to the government to resolve the ongoing lecturers' strike or risk them joining the industrial action. Now, the students who have been left to study on their own for the past 3 weeks expressed frustrations over disrupted academic programs and accused the government of neglecting the education sector. Now, they further demanded compensation for the time lost, insisting that the prolonged strike has derailed the academic calendar and placed their future in jeopardy.
We demand for concrete public stated plan for the recovery of lost time including revised academic calendar to prevent this disruption from becoming lost semester or delayed graduation for thousands of students.
And it's remaining like 1 month to our examination, and we've never seen our lecturers in class. And we are not going to retreat. We are here so that you can hear our voices.
Any delayed academic calendar, they shall compensate it. Yes. As we know, right now there's an ongoing strike of the lecturers. We will not sit back and relax while these people are delaying our dreams in this nation.
Now, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights has called on the government to fast-track the ratification of key international protocols aimed at strengthening the protection of human rights. Now, in a statement, the Commission urged the government to prioritize instruments that safeguard people against enforced disappearances and guarantee the rights of migrant workers. KNCHR further appealed for the immediate operationalization of the multi-agency team on the criminalization of enforced disappearances, noting that such measures are critical to ensuring accountability and justice.
When I look at the scenario within the African region, many African governments are not keen on ratifying the optional protocols. As mentioned in the discussions earlier, optional protocols gives the citizens a chance to raise their human rights concerns and violations at a different arena when the local mechanisms have not redressed them to the satisfaction of those citizens. I don't know whether they fear the numbers of the cases that may go, outside the country. I'm not sure whether that will be causing an embarrassment, to the country. But the bottom line is many African countries, including Kenya, are not keen on ratifying the optional protocols so that they give individual citizens in those countries the opportunity to air their human rights violations across the borders. For example, the African Court on Human and People's Rights, among others.
All right, that particular story takes up to our first short breather, but we'll be back in just a bit. Don't go too far. The Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM party, South constituency during the commissioning of a rural electrification project under the REREC. The CS emphasized that ODM is committed to fostering national unity through collaboration with the Kenya Kwanza government.
Na nimefurahi sana wananchi wa Mochongoi kwa sababu wakati mheshimiwa kama alikuwa anaongea mkamhakikishia kwamba hapa kwenu ni tuta. Mlisema tuta? Hebu semeni nisikie. Tuta. Haya, correct. Hata mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, baba, lazima tumshukuru yeye vile vile. Si ndio? Kwa sababu baba Raila Amolo Odinga na mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto ni mandugu. Si ndio? Baba ni mkubwa na rais ni mdogo. Na wametoka mbali wakiwa pamoja. Na wanajuana kikamilifu. Si ndio? Lazima tumshukuru baba Raila Amolo Odinga kwa kuamua kuunga mkono hii serikali ya mheshimiwa Ruto. Na kwa hakika tangu baba afanye uamuzi, serikali iko imara. Iko imara kabisa, si ndio? Na itaendelea kuwa imara. Juzi baba Raila alisema akiwa Nairobi kwa mkutano ya wabunge wa ODM ya kwamba chama cha ODM itatoa uamuzi wake hapo mbele. Wacha niwaeleze nyinyi wananchi wa Mochongoi ya kwamba hiyo ni kweli, lakini wakati wa kufanya uamuzi wa chama cha ODM itakapofika, wengine wetu vile vile tutatoa maoni yetu, si ndio? Sisi vile vile tutakuwa na maoni. Na sisi wengine wetu kama wanasiasa ambao wamekomaa, kama wanachama kamili, tutatoa ushauri unaofaa. Ushauri unaofaa kwa chama cha ODM na kwa baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Kwa sababu sisi wengine wetu tumeshapiga turubimu na tukagundua ya kwamba njia ya kupeleka hii nchi ya Kenya mbele, njia ya kuunganisha Wakenya wote, njia ya kuhakikisha kwamba kuna amani na utulivu katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, ni hii barabara ya Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto na baba Raila Amolo Odinga.
Now moving on, a 30-year-old male nurse at Elgon View Hospital in Bungoma is being held at Bungoma Police Station over allegations of raping an 18-year-old patient. And according to reports, the victim, a Form 3 student from Luuya Girls Secondary School in Kabuchai constituency, had been admitted to the hospital for treatment for malaria and a leg injury when the incident occurred. Now the student alleged that the nurse, identified as Martin Barasa, forced her to undress before allegedly assaulting her. Her parents accused the hospital management of attempting to cover up the matter and demanded justice for their daughter. Now, they further dismissed claims by the hospital that the victim was in a romantic relationship with the suspect.
Kuhusu mama naitwa William Leting, mimi ni Sub-County Police Commander Bungoma South. Tuko na report moja tulipata kuhusu mambo ya rape katika hospitali moja inaitwa Elgon View Hospital hapa Bungoma, ambaye tulipata report ya kwamba kuna msichana alirepiwa, na huyu msichana ni mwanafunzi ya shule ya Luuya Girls katika eneo la Kabuchai. Hii msichana alikuwa malaswa hiyo hospitali akiwa anaugua kinonda kwa mguu na pia alikuwa anatibiwa malaria. So kuamkia usiku ya tarehe 29 mwendo ya saa 6 na karibu 30 hivi, huyo daktari nurse moja ambaye anaitwa Martin Wekesa Wanjala, ambaye ni nurse kwa hiyo hospitali, alipatikana kwa room moja hapo ndani usiku akiwa na huyo msichana ambaye alikuwa ni mgonjwa, na inashukiwa kwamba yeye alimnajisi hiyo mtoto, kwa maana mtoto mwenyewe aliripoti kwamba alimshika na nguvu na akaingiza kwa hiyo room na akamrep, akamnajisi pale. So police officers walipopata hiyo report mara moja wakaenda mpaka hiyo hospitali na wakathibitisha kisa hicho, na pia wakamshika huyo mshukiwa ambaye sasa tuko naye hapa kikorokoroni. Tumefungulia mashtaka na anangoja kupelekwa kotini kustakiwa kwa hiyo kitendo alifanya. Kulingana na hii kitendo kimefanyika, natoa honyo kali sana kwa wengine ambaye wako na hiyo mtindo wa kufanya vitu kama hizo, kwa maana hii imeendea kwa hii eneo sana, mambo ya kunajisi watoto, hasa watoto wa shule, mimba ya mapema, ya kwamba serikali yako macho na yeyote ambaye atapatikana akifanya kitendo kama hicho atakapeliwa vile vile na mujibu wa sheria.
Right, quite unfortunate story right there. We hope that justice will be served. Right, it is exactly 31 minutes past the top of the hour. You're now up to speed with those making headlines from across 47 counties. And many thanks for, of course, entrusting EBN TV. We keep you up to speed this particular night as far as news is concerned. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Laura Mondi. My name is Martin Macharia. You've been watching EBN Prime Edition. And as always, do have yourself a good night. And let's meet again when God says we do.